pretty woman walking down the street. I went broke right after becoming rich as fuck as a teenager, and it completely destroyed my ego. In this video I am going to tell you everything, the whole story, while hiding absolutely nothing. From the day when I just started, I had absolutely no money in my bank. I went through some insane amount of trauma, till the point when I made a very decent amount of money, I became a rich teenager, then I lost absolutely everything like a retard, and right now I am building everything back up. Once again, I'm going to tell you everything this time, bro.
12 seconds later.
Okay, let's begin. So, it was almost 2024. I remember sitting in my room and I grabbed one thing with me. I took that one thing and I got down to my mom's basement. I was fucking terrified at that time. I was scared. My hands are shaking. I had so many doubts in my head. That one thing was my fucked up Huawei phone. It had the most horrible camera quality ever. You know what I decided to do? I decided to record my first ever YouTube video. And that was one of the worst YouTube videos you can ever imagine. I was looking like a fucking potato. Like, who the fuck is this man? I looked like I had cancer or some shit. But yeah, I recorded my first ever YouTube video. And as crazy as it sounds, I got hooked. I honestly got hooked. I got so just hooked on recording content, even though I was horrible, not even able to speak at English. I got hooked on the process. I got hooked on recording YouTube videos. So that's why every single day after that, I think I can even show it for you. Every single day after that, while missing barely any days, I started to post daily YouTube videos. I used to go to this forest. Bro, that's a nostalgic place. But every single day after school, I used to sit on my bicycle, cycle to that one random ass forest, and record some random video with a horrible speech, with some random ass ideas, like absolutely out of thin air. But that's what happened. I kept on recording YouTube videos and everything was going well, bro. I was feeling great. I was happy that I finally found some sort of a purpose in my life. Until, yeah, in every single fucking hero's journey, something goes south. And for me, why I said that when I was getting down to my mom's basement, I was terrified. I was scared. Of what I was scared? I was scared of what's going to happen if my family, my friends who drink and smoke, my sister, or anybody I know, what are they going to think about me uploading content if they're going to find out? At the beginning, nobody knew. I was hiding that shit really damn well for like hundreds of videos. I was posting daily for like 3+ months. Nobody knew about my channel. Until one day I went to school. And I was also always a part of this one friend group. We were fucking gangsters of the school, basically. Playing basketball, doing other cool shit. And I started to feel something from their side. This weird-ass energy. And I did not know where the fuck is it coming from. I felt something is off. After about a week, I had a feeling. I feel like they have found out about my channel. It feels like they are talking shit behind my back, but they never said it to me. I have no clue why. They never said it. It's just, I knew it. I knew something is off. And then, guess what? After a few weeks, I found out that, yeah, they have found my YouTube channel. At that point, I was fucking terrified. But from the day I started, I had one of the worst visions that stopped me for such a long time. It's my video being projected in front of the whole class on a projector. I was talking with one YouTuber I know from before and that happened to him. That was my biggest fear ever. Guess what? One day I got sick. I never get sick. I don't know why. I got sick like first time in a whole year. I got back home. This potato looking man, by the way. Muddy man I am right now today. I got back home and I got a picture on my messenger from one of my classmates. It was this exact picture. I got a picture that my video has been projected in front of the whole class on the screen. This is my teacher watching it. And the exact same shit happened in the other class. In 2 classes, they have watched my video. And I honestly, at that point, I got so fucking scared. You know when you don't feel like you're going to vomit, but you just fucking tense up, you don't know what the fuck is happening right now. I got so fucking scared, honestly. I got extremely scared, extremely terrified, extremely anxious. And yeah, how you can see in this picture, that was not the funniest time of my life. I went through so much pain. I went through some unbelievable amount of pain. I lost a lot of friends. It's a bit deeper than that, but I lost so many friends. I felt like I am being the biggest weirdo ever. I am uploading these random videos. I'm talking about topics like fucking nofap and all of that other shit. I felt bad, I'm going to be honest, for a few months at least. But a very, very big part of it was because I had no money in my bank. I was absolutely broke at that time. And I was this fucking retard who was uploading YouTube videos with no money in his bank and nothing to show for it. I wanted to actually make something out of it. Because if I am making money, then I am not a retard anymore. You wouldn't see me as a retard if I am making thousands of dollars out of those shitty ass YouTube videos I make. So I thought, I am going to do something about it. I am not leaving it like this. Why the fuck did my... How do I go to the other slide? What happened? I don't know. Let me go manually. Basically, crying my eyes out, my first ever money. This is what happened. I started to get curious, how the fuck are those motherfuckers making money out of their channels? I'm just uploading videos, I'm getting views, how the fuck do I actually turn them into money? I made some research and I saw that, guys are actually coaching others on something. Fitness, business, whatever. And I was already really damn good at one thing. It's at habit tracking. You know when you have like a habit tracker? I think I have one right behind me. You have habits on a piece of paper, and every single day you either put a tick or a minus. And I got really damn good at that shit. I learned how to build new habits, become extremely consistent with them, just like I was with my YouTube videos. So what I did, I created a school community called Consistency Squad. I got like 300 less people to join. I helped a fuck ton of people for free. Like we had even like group calls. That's when you see that Kasparos had fucking motion back then, even though these calls were free, but people used to really trust me. People used to see that I know about what I'm talking about. I started hopping on calls, helping people out, got them to create their own habit trackers, sign their own commitment contracts with themselves. That's another way of basically making a commitment with yourself, then creating a habit tracker. But yeah, I got hooked on that shit. Other people loved me. I loved myself for actually helping other people out. And this is where it gets deep. This is what I mean by saying crying my eyes out after making my first ever money. I did all of this, still have made no money. But after a while, I joined some memberships, some courses, etc. And I learned that if you want to sell, you actually need to have a pair of balls and just pitch people. I never fucking understood it. I thought money's just going to come to me. It doesn't work that way. So I started hopping on my first ever sales calls. The first time, I got rejected. The second time, I got rejected. The third time, something happened. I'm not explaining it right now too much, but I basically closed the guy, but then he never sent me the money, just fucking disappeared. And then the last guy. I was in this exact place. This is like a little waterfall we have like 500 meters away from my own house. I went to this place, I went down this route because I was scared of what's going to happen if other people are going to see me talking on the phone in English. That's how fucking socially awkward I was. But I went down there in this exact place and I hopped on a sales call. Yes, I was having sales calls in the fucking forest. That's how professional I was. So I was being in that place and I closed my first ever client. I sent over the Stripe link, basically the Stripe invoice, into his email and he dropped me the money. As I was standing in that forest, I got 500 euros. And it's not much, but at that point, for me, that was the most insane amount of money ever. I remember working in like a small, basically 9-to-5 job, just going out there digging fucking holes in the ground and planting trees and shit. I used to get €5 an hour. I would need to work for like a whole week for that shit. Not week, even more. My mom is making like minimum wages, like €700. And I just got paid €500 while standing in the fucking forest with my shitty ass shoes that I stepped into a shit with like 2 minutes before. I was fucking amazed. It was not just about the money. It was about, god damn, so right now I am not a loser anymore. It is actually possible. It's possible to make money out of it. It's possible to not go to college, and I just fell down in tears, man. I remember that moment as clear as it was yesterday. I hope I took some more pictures, but at that moment I just zoned out. I just fucking cried my eyes out. I did not understood what the fuck just happened. 1 second I was jumping around, the other second I was crying, but one of the best experiences of my life, honestly. Closing that first ever deal. I don't think I have it yet. There is no that exact €500 payment. But after that, I started doing quite well. I closed my first guy, I broke those limiting beliefs I had before, and I made a very, very decent amount of money. I'm not going to say the exact amount I made. No point. I'm never saying that. But I made a very decent amount of money, right? Started closing deals, started helping even more guys, closed the guy for fucking 1K, etc. But then, I started to feel fucking invisible, bro. It seems like it's a good thing, right? It seems like it's amazing. I started to feel invincible. I started to feel like fucking top G, not gonna lie. Like, I was this kind of tall, not really tall. I was just, Simon, if you're watching this, you are just short, man. But I was just this guy who is fucking jacked, who actually learned how to become not socially awkward anymore from having so many calls, so many sales calls, just talking in English for such a long time. I truly became fucking man at that point. And I started to truly feel invincible. I started to feel like a man. My social skills got way better. I was this jacked, rich guy who has fucking charisma. And that was my mission. That was my vision. And guess what I did? I started traveling. I started splashing quite a bit of that money. I went to Estonia, paid like €800 just to meet up with some guys from school, some school winners. I slept at school winners' house. Honestly, an amazing experience. We went skydiving. We spent the evening like near the sauna and stuff, had like a jacuzzi. An insane experience, and I went on like a few dates, etc. But I splashed a fuck ton of money on that trip, honestly. Like, even going, I went to Estonia twice. One time I went on like a little date with this girl, splashed a fuck ton of money. I don't think I'm going to dive into details right now, but bro, I was just being a retard, honestly. Spend a fuck ton of money on bullshit. And yeah, I had a great time, that's true, but the main thing that happened, after going to Estonia one time, to Estonia the other time, when I met up with the other girl, yeah, if you're watching this, by the way, it was very cool being around you. Basically, after going to Estonia 2 times, and also going to Warsaw, I went to Warsaw actually like a month ago, I splashed quite a bit of money, that's the first thing, but the second thing that happened is that I stopped being as focused on my work anymore. I stopped feeling the pain I used to feel. Remember at the beginning when I explained that I felt an insane amount of pain. I was in pain when I was making no money. I was terrified, I was not able to sleep well. At this point, I felt invincible. I felt like a fucking superhuman, top G fucking guru because I was making money, I was feeling great, and I stopped feeling stressed. I stopped feeling scared. I stopped having the pain and I got comfortable. What happens when you get comfortable? You stop taking as much action as you used to take it. And for a while I was hanging on that high. I was still feeling high, but guess what? After a while, slowly but surely, everything started going downhill. And it was extremely fucking difficult to control that downfall. I was trying to go out there, send some outreach, etc. I just kept on going down. I kept on going down and I had no clue what the fuck just happened. You know what happened then? I started to experience pain again. I got myself into the exact same situation just like I started. At the beginning I started as this awkward kid who is doing this bullshit, making no money. I was in pain. Then I got extremely comfortable hanging out with those women for the first time of my life, actually having some fucking life's experience. Right now, I got in pain once again. Let me explain how exactly it worked. This thing is going to blow your mind. You may have heard of it before, but the way I am going to explain it, bro, if you truly understand it, you're not going to make the same mistakes I did, and you're going to live way happier and just better life, bro. The extreme danger of momentum. This is the thing that can completely skyrocket your life, like it did for me, or completely destroy your life, like it did for me. The exponential growth. This is how it all happened. At the beginning, I started uploading to YouTube. I started uploading random ass YouTube videos. Guess what? After a year, I made no money. Not a single penny. Nothing came into my bank. I felt stressed. My video was posted, basically shared in front of the whole class. I created a school community. I hopped on so many one-on-one calls, so many group calls, helped so many guys for free, until I hit this breakpoint when I closed my first ever guy. And then in like 1-2 months, I just went fucking whoop into the sky. I made a fuck ton of money, and I started to feel on top of the world. I honestly felt, like I said, I felt fucking invincible. I felt insane. But I got these results not because of the work I did a few days ago. I got it because of all of this compounding effect that happened. You work for 2 years, and then you get the results of the work of those 2 years in the next like 2 months. The exact same shit works in the negative way. I flipped this whole graph upside down because that's really what happens. I started to feel on top of the world, right? And when you get high on this shit, you start to feel like a superhero. It stays there for a while. It stays there. You feel like a superhero even when you kind of like fall off, stop doing all of these habits. For a while, you do feel like a superhero. But all of this shit you do after getting up, after feeling insane, I started hanging out with more women. That led me to, I don't say that's bad, but that led to me doing less work, being less focused. I started going to like parties. I started hanging out, even though with good people, but I started to neglect my work. And guess what? This compounded. This compounded into me losing most of my money and getting back into the exact same point when I am feeling the most pain I have ever felt in my entire life. That's the power of momentum, my friend. Whatever you do today, the result of it is not going to come tomorrow. It's not going to come the day after. If today you send over the outreach, logically, the result should come tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, maybe the next week. The real result is going to come like a year, 2 years later, when the compounding effect is going to hit. And everything works in the exact opposite way. If you do shit right now, if you go out there, have a horrible lifestyle, you are jacked right now, but you stop going to the gym, you stop going out there eating well, it's going to negatively compound. And you are one day going to realize that, goddamn, I am fucking skinny. How the fuck did I just become super skinny? I don't feel good about myself, etc. I hope this thing blew your mind, because if only I would have really understood it about a year ago. And right now, this is the cool part. Right now, as we speak, we are on the great comeback. And people love the hero's journey. People love to see others going on this insane journey when they are going to completely transform their lives. Right now, I'm super fucking locked in. Once again, just like I was right at the beginning of my journey, I created a habit tracker once again. I made sure I put the habits that actually move the needle towards the main goal I am trying to achieve into the habit tracker. I make sure I do them every single day, keep myself accountable on my Instagram every single day. And right now, guess what? I'm not getting the results yet, but I am not surprised. It's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be this way. But after a year, the compounding effect is going to hit once again, and then we are going to be balling again. And I'm actually a bit scared of falling off again, of going out there and starting traveling too much, but I don't think it's going to happen. Right now, I truly understood how the compounding effect works and how you can really fast fuck yourself up. So yeah, welcome to the great comeback. You can see the amount of DMs I'm getting. That's in 1 hour, by the way. That's from the amount of outreach we are doing at the moment. Working really hard, 2 coffees on the table, habit tracker on the wall. What else do you need? I hope this thing blew your mind, and if you want to learn more about it, you can drop me a follow on my own Instagram. I have my own one-on-one coaching where I force entrepreneurs to lock in with their own habits, become extremely consistent over the next 100 days, over the next winter, etc. So they are going to make more money than ever. Drop us a follow. You're going to see all of the client wins. You're going to see all of the daily stories I am posting. I'm giving a fuck ton of value out there. And yeah, it was very nice talking to you. Make sure you're not going to fall off like I did. See you soon.